Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at how to model and solve equations that have variables on both sides. So if you take a look, you can see we were given the equation 2x plus 3 minus x minus 1 is equal to x plus 4 plus 2x. And I have gone ahead and modeled on the video what this would look like with our algebra tiles. Notice this negative x was represented as a red negative x, and our negative 1 was represented as a negative unit. This is because the sign in front of any term sticks with the value. So if I look, I have the term of 2x, I have the term of positive 3, the term of negative x, and the term of negative 1. And then on the right hand of the equation, I have positive x, which I know it's positive because there is no negative symbol in front of it. I have a positive 4, and I have a positive 2x. So now that I've modeled, I'm looking on my left-hand side, and I see that there are some things that I can simplify. For example, I see I have a negative x and a positive x, which I know will create a zero pair. And I see I have a negative 1 and a positive 1 that I can use to cancel out as a zero pair. So if you were working on your equation mat, you would take these off of your mat. I'm simply just going to erase them. And so now this leaves me with x plus 2 is equal to, and I see I have 3 x's, so 3x plus 4. So notice this equation I just wrote is equal or equivalent to the previous one. I had just simplified things by combining those like terms. But now my goal is to find what one value of x is. Now this is a little different from the examples we've seen in 6th grade and 7th grade because now we have algebra tiles, we have x's on both sides. And so before I can find out what x is, I have to make sure that I get it on the same side. So I see that the right-hand side has 3 x's and the left-hand side has 1. Now it doesn't really matter which side I choose to start making zero pairs with, but I'm personally going to choose the left-hand side. And I know I need to cancel out that positive x, which I can do by putting a negative x on the left-hand side. And if I put a negative x on the left-hand side, then I would need to put a negative x on the right-hand side as well. So now again, I'm seeing if I can take off any zero pairs. And I see I have the zero pair made with the positive and negative x on the left-hand side and the positive and negative x zero pair on the right-hand side. So now my equation that's left is a positive 2 is equal to 2x plus 4. And this equation is just like a 7th grade equation that we've done before. So now I have all my variables on one side. So my next step is to look at those units on that right-hand side and say, okay, how can I make zero pairs to get rid of those? So I see 4 positives, so I can make zero pairs with 4 negatives. And since I put 4 negatives on the right-hand side, I would need to put 4 negatives on the left-hand side as well. And now I look to see if there's anything I can cancel. I see I have 2 zero pairs on the left, and I have 4 zero pairs on the right. So I'm going to erase these. You would just take them off your board. And now I have 2 x's is equal to 2 negatives. My last and final step is just to share those 2 negatives with each x. And so I see that 1 whole positive x is equal to 1 negative. So x is equal to negative 1.